This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. And now let's check in and see if CHARLEY-K1GZL is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Charlie, got a copy?
Yes, Jim, I have a beautiful copy. You were peaking 20 over 9 direct, and right now you're 5 over, so there is QS Baker. This, of course, being the 19th of November 2021, and it's 3:37 in the afternoon. 5 minutes ago, we had a very heavy snow shower, and about 35 minutes before that, we had a blinding one for 15 minutes. So we picked up a good solid inch and a half today. Yesterday, we lost all of our snow due to 50 degrees. By the way, I have an excellent recording, at least I hope so, if it holds up, of Captain Mike. And this was on 40 meters, and I picked him up in northern Ohio, and I ran a power check. You talk about QRP, and this was when he wasn't at his maximum peak. I got it down to 4/10 of a watt output, and he copied Q5. Then I went down further. I was just cut the audio way down below that, so I was down to about 1/40th of 1 watt. At that point, he couldn't tell what I was saying, but he could hear me in there. So that's a very small power compared to a, say, 60-watt light bulb. Jim, if you copy, I'll play Captain Mike.
Yes, sir. Excellent copy. Roll tape.
Yes, sir. Excellent copy. Roll tape.
Okay, let's see if we got it. Wait a minute. Here we go.
With Whiskey Alpha 3 Oscar, we're at 37,000 just over Fort Wayne, Indiana, showing about 450 knots right now, Charlie, with a 30-knot headwind here, and again, we're just under 500 miles from Philly. ETA into Philadelphia is 1750. That's 150 your time, Charlie, and the temp up here this morning is minus 40 degrees here, and smooth, so good copy on both of you, and I'm glad to hear you're hearing Mike over there in Pittsburgh. He's about to head out to Weirton here in about 45 minutes or so. WA30 from KX4, Whiskey Charlie. Better for you over there without that line noise, I suppose, on 40 there. So anyway, yeah, great copy, and looks like we're in for some gusty winds there. They're saying it's about 090 at 17 knots, gusting to 29 into Philly, so should be a fun landing into Philly there, but the winds are straight up the runway there, so it doesn't really pose much of a problem there, but here, Mike, well, so I'm not sure how far that is from, let's see, we're only about, that's about 120 miles from you there, Mike, from Monroeville, and anyway, over to you, K1GZL from KX4, Whiskey Charlie. There goes, Charlie.
Okay, it was in northern Ohio.
On the ramp here, Charlie, at 1750 at 150 Eastern, and we are upper sideband 40 years, and you're 5950 now. We're facing to the south this time, so we don't have a...
Okay, I thought I had recorded him a little bit when I ran the low power check. So, that was Captain Mike. And if everything goes okay, in 2 days, late Sunday, early Sunday evening, he's going to be in the shack with his co-pilot Jay. So that's going to be fun. Although they have to leave to drive back to Logan Airport in Boston. They'll have to leave around 11 o'clock Monday morning. So we'll have a few hours when he's here in the daytime. KC9VKV, I hope you heard that recording. K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie, just absolutely excellent. Now, how much power were you running at the minimum time?
Were you running at the minimum time?
All right. I was down to the lowest the 7300 will go there are 2 steps there. The next to the lowest is 1 watt, and I went down to 4/10 of 1 watt, and then I cut my audio back much further, so I was down to, it looks like a 40th of a watt at the lowest. Although he had trouble copying me, he could hear my voice. Although he had solid copy at just 4/10 of 1 watt, or about 1/60th of a 60-watt light bulb. Go ahead.
Roger, that's just amazing. You talk about the band being in good condition.
You talk about the band being in good condition.
Yeah, that was right here on 40 meters. Of course, we had to use upper sideband because his equipment is only designed for upper sideband, being some kind of a military Collins, and he himself runs about 400 watts. But during that test, he was running 20 to 25 over 9. However, just following that test, he was hitting 30 over 9, and I think he would have copied Q5 at 1/40th of a watt. Go ahead.
Roger, just amazing that you can get that kind of communications. Of course, though, he has the height advantage there, Roger.
He has the height advantage there, Roger.
Well, it's remarkable. It's not necessarily the height emergency. When he was on the runway, when he was sitting on the rampart, he was 20 over 9. He was banging in right from the ramp, and in Philadelphia, I don't have any 40-meter antenna that favors that area at all. So it's not always necessarily the height, but it just turns out to be the propagation was very, very good. I'll tell you, it was nice. Go ahead.
Roger, I was thinking of the VHF aspects of that aircraft. I somehow wasn't thinking about 40 meters. Obviously, height is not quite as important on 40 meters as it would be on VHF or UHF.
It would be on VHF or UHF.
Well, it depends if you're using the ionosphere or not. If you're going ground wave, of course, height always helps. And if you're on a location where you have a downslope, that's all better. But on the VHF-S, for the most part, you're using a line of sight. And if you can get an antenna up that will clear nearby objects, that'll do a very good job. If you're down in a deep valley somewhere and live in a deep valley and with mountains all around you, 75 meters before it skips over is very good. The high angle goes straight up to the ionosphere and dump right back down to Earth. However, given the way it works, to get the maximum distance, you don't want high hills around you. When you get high hills all around you, it's going to attenuate, like in my case, say to Central Europe and Southern Europe. I'm blocked by hills, and I still have trouble trying to match that dipole I have up there broadside down to Miami and up to Northwest Europe, but unfortunately I can't match it, and I'm trying to figure out why. Look, Jim, I won't hold it any longer. I know that there are many people who would like to work you. Right now, the snow is very light. It's just spitting out there, and it's in the upper 20s. Looks like the daytime high temperature today might have touched 30, and that was it. KC9VKV, by the way, I think I have a little view on here.
Somehow wasn't thinking about 40 meters. Obviously, height is not quite as important on 40 meters as it would be on VHF or UHF.
Okay, that is the case. Back to you, Jim. I hope that all came through. KC9VKV, K1GZL. And I have a schedule with Captain Mike tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock in the morning. I've got to drag myself out of bed. Yeah, go ahead.
Roger, Charlie, just one parting question. Now, in your estimation, you're receiving Captain Mike, when he's at 30,000 feet, are you receiving him, do you think, ground wave or skywave?
Ground wave or skywave?
Oh, it's skywave. It's always skywave. Oh, yes, yes. He's not close enough for ground wave. He'd have to be about 250 miles away for the ground wave to work. However, when I work him on 40, I'm working him on skywave, and of course, the same on 20 meters. It's off the ionosphere there, Jim. It's really remarkable what can happen. And boy, if I lose this 40-meter antenna, well, I can get on with my cloud warmer, but compared to the quad, yike, it's not so good. Go ahead.
Roger, Charlie. Well, listen, 73 of that way, sir, is always a splendid report.
There is always a splendid report.
Okay, thank you very much. By the way, from your home there in southern Indiana, you're blasting in 25 over 9. 25 over 9 right now. You're sitting right in my lap, practically. Okay, Jim, always the great work of you there, and we'll catch you on, hopefully, next week. The week after, though, is questionable. I may not be here. I'm not sure. But next week I should be. KC9VKV, K1, and there goes my voice, K1GZL, running 900 watts.
Roger, Roger, Charlie. 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And just a reminder, this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. My name is Jim, and I'm better known in some circles as Dr. VKV. And we're recording now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post this recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So when you go to YouTube, and we're going to try something a little different here this time, you do a call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's KC9VKV logbook on a YouTube search, and that will bring up this recording as number 1, but it will also bring up over 1,900 other Qso-Vlogs in a sequence order. So when you go to YouTube, do that call letter search, KC9VKV logbook, and that will take you to our main page for Qso-Vlogs. And so that being said, let's move along here. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Here, if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.